incredible animal journeys. We're going to talk some animal journeys.
I love it.
Amazing footage never seen before.
Some great things in that show. I love it.
Which obviously it makes your job easier, I think. So what were the challenges for you trying to come on board? Why did you want to come on board, and what were the biggest challenges of trying to work on the music for this?
My son and I watched these nature documentaries since he has been 3 years old. So it's something that's always been very much in our family. And so when the opportunity came about for me to work on one of these projects, it was amazing to be able to do this and have him come into the studio and kind of see some of the process with it too. And being able to establish all these different themes for the different characters and working, with so many different people that had great creative ideas and being able to expand upon those and really run with it you're very lucky to be in that position.
All right, so what animal or character was the funnest to work for, or what was like, oh my God, this is awesome?
I think the quirkiest character in the entire series are the Christmas Island red crabs, and it's like a red carpet that goes across this island. When they're making their 5-mile migration out to the ocean so that they can release their eggs. And the directive was, we kind of want something a little quirky, maybe like a dark circus. What does dark circus mean? Exactly. So we got to kind of dive in and just experiment with some different stuff, and it made it fun and kind of bouncy, and evoke that kind of odd feeling of seeing these creatures scurry across the floor.
What about dung beetles, though?
Well, the score wasn't, but no. Just again, trying to find some quirky elements. So there was I used some percussion stuff and different kind of weird things like that. There's some weird vocalizations in there. Just try to find something that's a little off about them.
No, obviously, it's a very creative project, but this sounds like even more creative than normal. Like a lot of things you have to do differently because we don't have the story a lot. Yeah. So that one of the excitements for you?
It was, and especially because the main directive was to make it not sound like a typical BBC documentary. They wanted a different sound to it. Also, this is a very narrative series. You're following either a mother and child, or you're following, a baby turtle whose mother, kind of abandons them at birth. And so you keep coming back to these characters and seeing their initial large migration that they have to do and what they have to face, the challenges, everything they have to do year after year to do this migration. And so, being able to work with the different creatures, different sounds, it was a lot of fun.
Our last question is, you talk about your kid, Pixar, though. Yeah. You got to work on Pixar, which I've heard notoriously they're very open musically to experimentation and stuff like that. What was your experience working on for Cars on the Road?
Again, another series where so many people involved and everybody had such great ideas. Each episode had some influence from a pre-existing period or something. So there was a episode that kind of did a spoof on The Shining. There was another one that did this Mad Max kind of post-apocalyptic thing, and being able to do these big electric guitars and where they draw their inspiration from. Again, we have fun, and they like to get some stuff prior to them finishing animation also. So the music really influences some of the visuals that they're gonna have in there also.
Sounds like Pixar doesn't mind scaring kids by going in dark themes.
Absolutely not. Well, we gotta make it light in some respects. So when you see little pity cars with these big mallets, banging on drums as these guys are going through with flames flying out of the engines, I mean, you got to make it fun.